and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of Solapur University, Honorable Misra sir, who is the chief guest of this our live session, Honorable Dr. Rajendra Kumar sir, Head of the Department of Library and Information Science, Savitribai Phule University, Pune. I welcome both, as well as I should mention few names here who are the dignitaries in the audience, like Sonal Singh Madam from Ujjain. She is a associate professor in Ujjain University. Then Jadhav sir from Bidar. Then there are so many personalities all over India that are at this webinar. Our BOS chairman, Dr. Kolombekar sir is there. Then the research guides which are affiliated to CCT, Dr. Sontakke sir, Dr. Teke sir, Sulsole madam, then Deshpande madam, Dr. Giri, Dr. Panchal. So I welcome you all in this session. This is the 8th session. The program is run by the
Hello. Kulkarni sir. Are you there, sir?
Madam?
I think we lost the connection with sir.
Yes, madam.
Honorable Patil madam.
No. Yes.
Hello?
Hello.
Honorable
Yes,
Patil
sir.
madam has discussed. Honorable Patil madam, Dean of Interdisciplinary Studies, enlighten us about courseworks. Then we had Dr. Mohan Kherade sir, Dr. Sarika Sawant madam. Yesterday, Hibate sir has enlightened us. So we are getting feast of different resource persons from all over India and especially from Maharashtra. In that series, I welcome today's resource person, Kumar sir, and I request you all to be listen carefully his lecture. This is a very important topic for you, and I request Pritam madam to introduce the today's guest.
Thank you, sir. A very good morning, friends. I welcome you all at Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University, Nanded, Library and Information Science, PhD Research Scholar Forum, session number 8. I am here to introduce today's chief guest and the resource person of this online lecture series. The chief guest of this session is Honorable Dr. Debendranath Mishra, a Pro Vice Chancellor, Punyashlok Ahilya Devi Holkar, Solapur University, Solapur. He has a wide experience of teaching and administration. He was a HOD of Botany and Biotechnology in Abeda Inamdar College, Pune. Then he joined as a controller of examination in then Nagpur University, Nagpur. He was also a registrar of RSTM Nagpur University. He also acted as a registrar of Solapur University. He was director of SRTM University Sub-Center at Latur. He is a recipient of a postdoctoral award and studied in London University in Netherlands. He visited more than 15 countries of the world for academic purpose. He delivered several keynotes, invited talks. He was also chief guest of convocation program, D.Y. Patil University. He has completed many research projects, guided 7 PhD students. He is also have a good contribution in social activities. He is really a versatile personality. On the behalf of Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University, Nanded, LIS PhD Research Scholar Forum, I welcome you, sir. Today's resource person is Honorable Dr. Rajendra Kumbhar sir, Head of the Department, Library and Information Science Department, Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. Welcome, sir. Professor Kumbhar sir is BCom in Marketing, BLIS, MLIS, and PhD in Library and Information Science. He was teacher of Library and Information Science in HPT College, Nashik, and then he joined Savitribai Phule Pune University as an associate professor and then promoted towards the professor. Presently, he is the head of the Department of Library and Information Science. He has a long association with Yashwantrao Chavan Maharashtra Open University, Nashik, as a teacher, examiner, paper setter, course material author, editorial board, member of a Jnana Gangotri, etc. He has written 39 research papers in highly reputed journals, authored 8 books, written 6 books chapters, 22 papers in conference proceedings, and many more. List is too big. His areas of specialization are classification, knowledge organization, vocabulary control, and research methodology. As a part of his doctoral research, he compiled a comprehensive classification schedule and thesaurus of LIS and has published books and articles on this topic. His research papers are cited 195 times. His H index is 7 and I-10 index is 6. His famous books includes How to Write Project Reports, PhD thesis, and research articles. Library and Information Science Research Methods and Techniques, ग्रंथालय आणि माहितीशास्त्र संशोधन पद्धती आणि तंत्र, मुलांना वाचून दाखवा आणि त्यांचे आयुष्य घडवा, Library Classification Trends in 21st Century, Information Retrieval Thesaurus and Annotated Bibliography, Thesaurus of Library and Information Science Terms, etc. As a LIS professional, we all know this is a very short introduction of Honorable Dr. Rajendra Kumbhar sir. Actually, there are many more things to talk about him, but due to time limit, I have to stop here. And I know you people are eager to listen him. Now I request Dr. Kumbhar sir, please address the gathering. Please, sir.
1 minute, 1 minute. Yes, 1 minute.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Bola, sir.
अगोदर यांना घ्या ना. Chief guest will
Chief
speak
guest
first.
first.
And then.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. There is a
Request.
little bit change. First, I request Chief guest Mishra sir. Sir, please address the gathering.
मॅडम मिश्रा सर बाहेर गेलेत वाटतं.
येतील एका मिनिट.
ओके. पण आपल्याला एखाद्याला हे करावं लागेल का कदाचित?
Yes,
100 participants are there. We are able to.
Just a minute, madam.
सर आता दिसत होते ना.
हॅलो
सर आहेत मिश्रा सर.
हॅलो
गुड मॉर्निंग सर. गुड मॉर्निंग.
Welcome, Mishra sir. Please on your video, sir.
Hello.
Hello. हॅलो
मॅडम.
हा बोला ना बर्डे सर.
मिश्रा सरांचं नाव दिसत नाही. त्यांनी नाव
ऑनलाईन आहे.
अगोदर नाव टाकलेलं होतं.
हा नाही सर आहेत ऑनलाईन. फक्त त्यांना अनम्यूट करा. त्यांचा आवाज आपल्याला येत नाहीये.
सर त्यांचं नाहीये सर. त्यांचं नाव दिसत नाहीये ना सर अनम्यूट करण्यासाठी.
अनम्यूट करायला सर नाव
प्रोफाईलला. हा त्यांचं कशाने जॉईन झाले ते कळायला पाहिजे.
सर त्यांचं 817840.
ओके नंबर आहे आणि अनम्यूट आहे तो.
अनम्यूट
आहे.
अनम्यूट आहे
सर. केलंय मी त्यांना अनम्यूट.
हा ओके. मिश्रा सर. हॅलो. सॉरी थोडा टेक्निकल इश्यू येतोय सरांच्या कनेक्टिव्हिटीचा. सो प्लीज बेअर विथ अस. आय रिक्वेस्ट ऑल द पार्टिसिपंट्स प्लीज अनम्यूट युअर सेल्फ. प्लीज अनम्यूट युअर व्हिडिओज. मिश्रा सर आपल्याला थोड्याच वेळात जॉईन होत आहे. थोडस कनेक्टिव्हिटी इंटरनेटचा थोडासा इश्यू आहे, तर प्लीज आपण थोडस वेट करूया. सर आपल्याला जॉईन झाले की लगेच आपण सुरू करूया.
नाही तुम्हाला आमचं नंबर त्याच्यामुळे
माझे पार्टिसिपंट्सना पण विनंती आहे की आपलं फेसबुक लाईव्ह सुरू झालेलं आहे. दोज पीपल हु आर नॉट एबल टू जॉईन द मीटिंग हिअर, आय रिक्वेस्ट all the peoples who are present here, please forward the message that we are live on Facebook on Dr. Jagdish Kulkarni's page, and also Durga Madam page, Arun Hamberde sir page, and myself. Please forward the message. Those who are not able to join here, those please watch there on Facebook. Thank you. Resource person, chief guest, technical team, and all the guides of SRTM UN, they are only having video on. Rest of people, please off their videos, because we face some bandwidth issue then. If all people are on their videos, then it will create some problem. Actually, we are reached till 100 people. So for the smooth going of this meeting, please bear with us. Hello, Durga Madam. Are you there, Madam? Hello. Arun Hamberde sir, are you there?
हा बोला बोला मॅडम.
सर
Yes,
जरा
yes.
कुलकर्णी सरांशी कॉन्टॅक्ट करा ना, म्हणजे थोडासा दुसऱ्या नंबरवर वगैरे कॉल करून आपल्याला काही
कुलकर्णी सर
सरांना
बाहेर गेले होते. 1 मिनिट.
फोनवर काही घेता येईल का व्हॉइस? ओके सर आलेले आहेत, सरांना अनम्यूट करा. बोला सर. कुलकर्णी. ओके सर आलेले आहेत.
हॅलो.
हा सर येतोय ऐकायला.
चालू करून द्या, मग सरांना मी आपल्याला बोलायला सांगू.
ओके ठीक.
मी सरांशी बोलतो, 1 मिनिट.
सर आलेले आहेत पण जॉईन झालेत सर.
जॉईन झालेत तर मग बोला ना, सरांना बोलू द्या ना. जॉईन झाले असतील तर बोलू द्या.
वेलकम मिश्रा सर. हॅलो मिश्रा सर. हॅलो. केलंय अनम्यूट केलंय. हॅलो मिश्रा सर. हॅलो. हॅलो सर, ते अनम्यूट आहेत पण मला असं वाटतं त्यांच्या इथे थोडा कनेक्टिव्हिटीचा इश्यू येतोय सर. हॅलो.
ठीक आहे, जाऊ दे.
ठीक आहे, आपण मध्ये घेऊयात का मग मिश्रा सरांचं हे सेशन?
चालेल चालेल.
टिल टाइम मला असं वाटतं कुंभार सरांचं सेशन सुरू करूयात सर मग. ओके ओके ओके. सॉरी फॉर द डिस्टर्बन्स. I request Honorable Dr. Kumar sir. Sir, please address the gathering. After your session, chief guest will be talk with us. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, friends. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, good morning to all the participants, the dignitaries of this particular webinar. My friend Dr. Jagdish Kulkarni, the other organizers of this webinar, and the participants. It's indeed my pleasure to talk to you about a topic from research methodology, that is how to write literature review. I would like to go directly to the topic so that we do not our time going to the topic itself. Friends, from the names and what information is given to me by Jagdish, it seems that most of the participants of this webinar are doing their doctoral research. And we know actually in the doctoral research, writing literature review is one of the important components of the research exercise. In addition to that, so those people should be able to avail benefit of this webinar. At the same time, there are some people who have already completed their doctorates and all that. Some of them may not be right now engaged in doctoral research, but I'm sure actually they also must be engaged in writing review-based articles and even literature reviews in their research articles. In a way, what I want to say that these are the occasions where we have to write literature reviews, and an impressive literature review adds really value to the research, whether it is a thesis or it is a article. And there we in generally do find actually where to start, how to write, what should be the component of a literature review. All those things actually, it's a better if we know a bit of a systematicness of this particular exercise, and that is the reason actually here I'm to talk with you. Friends, before actually we go to the writing part of literature review, let me tell you that we as a library science researchers, and even if there are people from the non-library science subject, or people coming from the other disciplines, you have to have, first of all, a good amount of literature with you. You must have literature collected from different sources. When it comes to library and information science research, here I have just displayed list of the prominent resources from where you should find the literature for your resources. I'm so sure that most of the library science researchers are aware of LISA and VISTA. I need not to talk about it, but I also must exclusively highlight that the Emerald database is one of the prominent database that provides quality literature for all LIS researchers. That is because Emerald is the single largest publisher of library science journals. It publishes 20 odd journals on library science, and they are actually journals with high impact factor. So we cannot really write a good literature review without referring to the journals published by Emerald. So is the case with the Science Direct, little misleading database, because what we find is that Science Direct, we believe, may not contain literature of library science. But let me tell you, friends, a wonderful literature, very high quality journals are covered by Science Direct. For example, the Journal of Academic Librarianship, Journal of Library and Information Science Research, Technical Processing. These are some of the journals, part and parcel of Science Direct. We also know actually the database like Project Muse, which include journal like Portal, journal like Library Trends. It's a very useful one. We also know actually IPSCO as a database does cover more than 100 journals of library science, so worth referring to that. The eShodhsindhu, or the databases made available, Enlist and all that through the InClibNet, they are also very valuable. DOAJ, we all know actually a source providing free journals, open access journals is also a very useful source. Apart from that, of course, Google Scholar, a pre-search mechanism, does provide you a lot of literature, and it's a fantastic facility listing all the scholarly journals, scholarly literature of your subject. Before I move on to the next PPT, I must also remind you that Shodhganga, which is actually an institutional repository of doctoral thesis submitted to Indian universities and accessible free of cost, does include hundreds of theses of library science, and those can be certainly used by the library science literature researchers. Friends, unless you have a good number of quality literature with you, there's no reason that you can write a quality literature review. And with that, actually, I move on, just particularly for those people who are novice to the research arena. I would like to say something about what is a literature review. So one of the definition actually that talks about what is a literature review, and the definition says something like this, if you look into it, that it is a critical synthesis. Look at the word that I would like to highlight, third, fourth word, critical synthesis. Basically synthesis. Synthesis is putting together, joining, combining all those concepts, definitions, systems, processes. Look at each of the word. You may actually cover something like definition from an article, which is a new one. Maybe the systems, the processes or functions of a given system, the principles and theories that have been discussed in the earlier literature, the formulas that have been given in the earlier literature. All this actually could be part and parcel of your. Many times, actually, I realize the research scholars genuinely feel that if I am reading a 20-page article, what is the content that I have to pick up? There, most of the time, actually, we fail to pick up those things, isolate those things. What we usually do is that we pick up the ready-made abstract and put it together in the literature review chapter. Friends, actually just joining one after the another, the abstracts, or putting them in chronological or alphabetical order by the authors is not at all a literature review. Putting all the summaries of the complete summary of the given document is not a literature review. You have to pick up only those components and facets and parts which are related to the objectives of your research, scope of your research, the methodologies of your research, the hypothesis of research, your research, those components. So basically it is a synthesis. The critical word I spare, I will talk about it, leads, processes, theories, ideologies, formulas, and all that, so as to put them together. That is one of the meaning. Here is another meaning. What a literature review does. It is a write-up. We all know that usually we have a separate chapter in case of doctoral thesis. If not a doctoral thesis, in case of articles, we have maybe about 3-4 paragraphs covering the literature review. So anyway, it is a write-up. In that write-up, what we do, we basically have to highlight, we have to notice the shortcomings or errors or anything which is actually not up to the mark in the earlier research, which is not been exclusively mentioned. It is your role to find out what was lacking there in the earlier research. Pick up that, identify that, and that you actually put in your writing. So literature review is a write-up that explains what was lacking in the earlier research. So this is only one of the component. The review writer's role is not only to find out shortcoming, but going back to the earlier definition, it was mentioned there, it was critical synthesis. So that criticality, ज्याला आपण चिकित्सकपणा म्हणतो, ज्याच्यामध्ये प्रश्न डोक्यामध्ये येतात, हे असंच का, हे का नाही, हे असायला पाहिजे होतं, हे राहिलेलं आहे का, that is what is you mean by, त्याला चिकित्सकपणा म्हणता येईल. That is what is a critical analysis of a given research. So that criticality comes here because you are able to find out, you ask the question, अरे हे तर याच्यामध्ये आलेलं नाहीये, हे असायला पाहिजे होतं. You write that in your review. Also, it is a write-up explaining assumptions, measures, extraneous variables. These are 3 different things. Assumptions, for example, what the earlier researcher assumed, त्यांनी काहीतरी गृहीत धरलेलं आहे. मग ती गृहीत धरलेल्या गोष्टी काय होत्या, कारण ते गृहीत धरून राहिलेला रिसर्च केलेला आहे. He went for a research assuming something, presuming something. For example, actually 80% of the population was illiterate. That was probably his assumption. Look, because of this assumption, his method of data collection changed. He probably went for not even a questionnaire. He actually went for a method where the people will be able to narrate the answers and he is going to tick mark or write them down, something like that. Or for example, extraneous variables. What do you mean by that? The dependent, independent variable we know, but in addition to that, there may be some factors which have influence on the research. तो सहज लक्षात येत नाही, बाह्य घटक आहे पण त्याचा संशोधनावर परिणाम होतोय. मग असं होतं का त्याच्यामध्ये घटक तसा असेल तर त्याच्याबद्दल तुम्ही लिहायला पाहिजे की जो त्या आर्टिकल लिहिणाऱ्यांनी स्पष्टपणे मेन्शन केलेला नाहीये. दिस इज युअर क्रिटिकॅलिटी, रिमेंबर. सो यू हॅव टू ट्रेस इट, you have to find it, and then you have to actually write about that in your literature. So it is a write-up having this feature. It is also a write-up which explains how the present research is going to overcome all those shortcomings and errors. हे पण त्याच्यामध्ये यायला पाहिजे. हे ठीक आहे, आधीच्या ह्याच्यात ह्या गोष्टी आलेल्या आहेत किंवा ह्या गोष्टी राहिलेल्या आहेत. मग आता तुम्ही तुमच्या रिसर्च मध्ये या गोष्टींची कशी दखल घेणार आहेत? हाऊ आर यू गोइंग टू ओव्हरकम दोज? दॅट इज ऑल्सो हॅज टू बी. सो इन अ वे व्हॉट आय मीन, इट इज नॉट सिम्पली समरी. It is picking up the important component from the earlier research and adding value of your own by way of your own comments, by way of your own identification of those facets which have not been exclusively mentioned. In a way, it requires a lot of reading between the lines, which is not specifically been mentioned. That is what is actually literature review writing is totally based on your very special type of reading. I will be talking about that. So if at all you have to define writing, literature review writing, I will say it is a process based on a exhaustive reading, but that I will speak later. The question is, why after all the doctoral researchers or the people who are going to write articles, they have to write literature review? What is its value? Actually, it is because you want to present the results of similar studies. We all know actually research is a continuous process. There is a continuity. Earlier researcher did something, now you are doing something. And then many times you will find your research may be an extension of the earlier research. That means there is already a link. There is always, you don't find actually a research that has been carried out and you don't find any roots to that. You will always find that there is a history connected to that, and that is the reason you are interested in presenting results. But let me also talk you here. रिझल्टचा अर्थ तुमच्या लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू मध्ये आधीच्या लिटरेचर मधले फक्त फाइंडिंगच आले पाहिजेत असं नाहीये. फाइंडिंगच्या शिवाय आधीच्या रिसर्च मध्ये वापरलेली मेथोडॉलॉजी असेल, आधीच्या रिसर्च मध्ये वापरलेली डेटा कलेक्शन ची पद्धती असेल, आधीच्या रिसर्चचा हायपोथेसिस असेल, ही गोष्टी येतात. आपण जास्त भर हा फाइंडिंग्स वर देतो, पण बाकीच्या गोष्टीही तेवढ्याच महत्वाच्या आहेत. इन अ वे, what were the similar researchers and what were their finding, we want to bring it to the notice of the evaluator of our research, and for that purpose literature review is carried out. It is also carried out to compare the results of different research of the same topic. So it's in a way comparison. For example, what method A used, what method B used, what method C used while conducting, for example, a information seeking behavior of a college student. Somebody might have conducted the research by using the survey method. Somebody might have actually adapted the interview technique. Somebody might have even carried out an experiment and observation. It's all possible. Now, the point is that the topic remains the same, but what happens is the methodology is changing. Now, if it is changing, then what are differences? You compare it. What benefits? Is it because all three researchers are on the same topic, that is the information seeking behavior of the college student? But then methods are changing, possibly the results are also changing. And if that is the case, it is your role during the literature review to compare. So you have to say that A conducted information seeking behavior research of college students and found this, whereas B also conducted a research on the same topic but found this because his methodology was different, because his sampling procedure and the sample size was different. Because the population itself was different. For example, information seeking behavior of a college, rural college students, and information seeking behavior of an urban college student. It does change. You are comparing, look at it, that synthesis म्हणजे खरं तर एकत्रीकरण, पण एकत्रीकरण म्हणजे एकाच्या पुढेच. It must be inseparable. तुम्ही अशा पद्धतीने ते एक जाळं विणलं पाहिजे. That is actually what we mean by a synthesis. The literature review is also written to relate the present research to the ongoing dialogue in the literature. Remember, as I said, research is a continuous. No, where does your research stands? एक पिक्चर तयार होईल बघा. ए नी इन्फॉर्मेशन सिकिंग बिहेवियर वर असा रिसर्च केला, असे फाइंडिंग आले. बी नी असा रिसर्च केला, असे फाइंडिंग आले. सी नी असा रिसर्च केला, असे फाइंडिंग आले. आता तुम्ही पण इन्फॉर्मेशन सिकिंग बिहेवियर वरच रिसर्च करताय. Is it an exact duplication of earlier 3 researches? No, it's not going to be there. You always avoid duplications. If not, जर आपण एक जिगसॉ पझल तयार केलं तर तुमचा ब्लॉक त्याच्यामध्ये कुठे बसणार आहे? Those 4 researches, if we say that, is it at the top position? Is it at the bottom position? It is left, it is right. कुठल्या फ्रेम मध्ये तो बसणार आहे? That has to be mentioned there, because that is how you will be able to say that this was the gap. A, B, C, D conducted research on information seeking behavior of, say, for example, the digital impact. I exclusive conducted research on, say, for example, impact of Facebook. Quite possible. Now, that means your research is an extension to that, and that is how it is different. That differentness has to be mentioned. लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यूचा हेतूच असा असतो की आधीचे झालेले 50 रिसर्चर्स त्याच टॉपिकवर, मग माझा 51वा जो रिसर्च आहे तो फक्त त्याच टॉपिकवर कशाचं तरी डुप्लिकेशन आहे का, तर नाहीये. तो डुप्लिकेशन कसं नाहीये हे सांगण्यासाठी आधी कोणी काय केलंय हे तुम्ही डिस्क्राईब करताय, आणि मग सांगताय की या 2, 3, 4 पॅरामीटरनुसार माझं संशोधन हे त्याच्यापेक्षा वेगळं आहे. तुमचं संशोधन वेगळं आहे हे सांगण्यासाठी आधीचं संशोधन काय होतं हे सांगायलाच पाहिजे, आणि ती सांगण्यासाठीची संधी म्हणजे लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू आहे. ओके फ्रेंड्स, एनिवे the whole topic that I wanted to share with you, the writing, how to write, it was framed in a question format actually, how to write literature review. Here I have actually put together all the activities of writing literature review under 5 broad steps, and that should help you actually to write a good literature review. What are those steps? Some of them are of course so common we don't go into the details of that. For example, the very first one, search and collect relevant articles or theses, and both. I think this is so important, where the non-library science researchers must be struggling a lot. At least our library science people should not struggle in this. They should be par excellent in this activity, that is searching and collecting relevant literature. Friends, let me tell you, this relevancy is such a crucial factor. आपल्या संशोधनाला एक्झॅक्टली मॅच होणारी, त्याला जोडली जाणारी, त्याच्यावरचेच फक्त वाचन साहित्य शोधणं ही crucial step आहे. That is because if you could not find relevant literature, and if you found some 200 articles but which are not relevant, and if you write your literature review, I tell you it's going to be all flop show. Why? Because your literature review is not going to strengthen your total research. कारण त्याच्यातून काय करणार आहे, तर तुम्ही जो टॉपिक म्हणताय त्याच्याबद्दलचे ते आर्टिकल्सच नाही आहेत, म्हणजे जो रिसर्च तुम्ही रिव्ह्यू केलाय तो तुमच्या विषयाशी संबंधितच नाहीये, ज्याचा जो तुमच्या संशोधनाचा विषय. I think here you have to invest all your energy and intelligence for searching relevant literature. So you must apply all the knowledge of your search strategies. You must apply all the knowledge of selecting appropriate databases. You must apply your knowledge and intelligence of identifying suitable journals and theses. First step itself, you should be able to identify, say for example, if it is a doctoral thesis, 200 superfine most relevant articles on the topic you should be able to identify. If you go to the general search systems like Google Scholar or any databases like Inrad or EBSCO, what is my own experience is that you find actually n number of articles, usually ranging in thousands and lakhs. आपली अर्धी एनर्जी तिथेच जाते, कारण जेव्हा तुम्हाला 50,000 आयटम्स रिट्रीव्ह झाले असं गुगल स्कॉलर सांगतं, तेव्हा आमचा रिसर्चर तिथे थोडासा हुरळून जातो की अरे एवढं सगळं आहे, माझा लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू 3 दिवसातच होणार आहे. मला असं वाटतं की खरं तर चांगले रिलेव्हंट आर्टिकल्स शोधणं, तुमच्या एक्झॅक्टली विषयाला मॅच होणारी ही कमीत कमी 2 महिन्याची एक्सरसाइज आहे, रोज 5 तास काम केल्यानंतरची. येस फ्रेंड्स, इट्स नॉट अ इझी टास्क. बरेच वेळा तुम्हाला एक रिलेव्हंट आर्टिकल मिळालं तर त्या आर्टिकलच्या खाली जे रेफरन्सेस दिलेले असतात त्याच्यातून खूप रिलेव्हंट आर्टिकल मिळतात. आता डेटाबेसेस मध्ये इट इज अ फॅन्टॅस्टिक फॅसिलिटी. इफ यू फाइंड वन रिलेव्हंट आर्टिकल, क्लिक टू इट, and usually on the right hand left hand side the database itself is helping you, saying that similar articles on the topic. I think that is fantastic. If you go to Google Scholar, actually that also say related article. There is an option available. मला असं वाटतं की ही जी आपली लायब्ररी सायन्सची नॉलेज आहे ती तिथे वापरून आपण रिलेव्हंट आर्टिकल शोधण्यामध्ये यशस्वी certainly होऊ शकाल. But yes, don't take it lightly. That since I am library science, since I know many documents, since I know many journals, that is probably it misleads you and you may not be able to find out. Do take care. If you are writing a research article, finding about 50 articles and writing a review of about 30 articles out of that 50 is more than sufficient even for an international reputed journal to publish your article. As I said, in case of doctoral research, 200 items entries should be there of relevant. So maybe you find earlier 500 articles, sort them, filter them, discard them, and select and reject, and finally arrive at a superfine, most relevant 200 article for doctoral research. That is step number 1. Step number 2 is so important, I tell you, where probably we misunderstand reading. And I have mentioned there actually 3 adjectives how you should read it. The reading has to be purposeful, careful, and critical. Let me tell you what do you mean by that. हे जे पर्पजफुल रीडिंग आहे, आता तुम्ही जे आर्टिकल वाचताय ते एक्सक्लुझिव्हली लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू लिहिण्यासाठी वाचताय. असं जर असेल तर तुमचा हेतू वेगळा येते. म्हणजे तुम्ही सहज एखादं नवीन विषयावरचं आर्टिकल आहे आणि तुमचं नॉलेज ब्रशअप करण्यासाठी वाचताय, तो हेतू वेगळा झाला. तुम्हाला एखादं लेक्चर द्यायचंय त्याच्यासाठी वाचताय, तो हेतू वेगळा झाला. आता जेव्हा तुम्हाला लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू साठी वाचायचं आहे तेव्हा कॉन्स्टंटली यू हॅव टू कीप one eye on your objectives, on your scope, on your methodology, on your hypothesis. Absolutely. सतत ते रिमाइंड करत राहायला पाहिजे की माझे ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह कुठे आहेत, कुठल्या ऑब्जेक्टिव्हला धरून हे एक आर्टिकल उपयोगी पडणार आहे, इन्क्लुडिंग राईट फ्रॉम युअर title of the research, the scope of the research, the research question that you are going to answer through your research, all that has to be there. म्हणजे तुमचं पर्पज सतत त्याला लिंक झाला पाहिजे. अरे मला ह्याच्यासाठी गोळा करायचे बरं का, मग हे 5 शब्द, ही 5 वाक्य, हे 1 पॅराग्राफ, ही एक फाइंडिंग माझ्यासाठी उपयोगाची. यू विल बी एबल टू आयडेंटिफाय दॅट. 1. 2, you must read the articles very carefully. Now, what we usually find is that, first of all, my own experience, let me share. 99% researchers don't read the complete article. They depend absolutely on the abstract. Gentlemen, let me, if writing your literature review absolutely based on your abstracts, no way your review is going to be impressive one. Ideally speaking, actually, in the whole of the resources, we always ask our own students, you first write the chapter of literature. Right. The first chapter to be written is literature. Why? You read about 200 articles, line to line, underline the important terms and lines and paragraphs and all that. Put your comment in the margins of the printed article that you are reading. All that you do. So you read carefully. Once you read 200 articles, I tell you, you can design your questionnaire the most perfect manner. You can even reframe your objectives absolutely, because now you have got what do you mean by the subject as such. Reading 200 article carefully. My point is there. How are you reading? And then you are also reading carefully simply to mean not missing even a comma and full stop, because a comma added there, a question mark at the end of the sentence, that's provide you a different understanding of that particular sentence. If you don't pay attention to that comma and semicolon, that is what I'm talking about, the punctuation mark, remember, or just think how important must be each of the term and the phrase that has been included by the author in his own sentences and writing. So read carefully. And the third way, how are you going to read those 200 or 50 odd articles, depending upon what for you are writing your literature? Read them critically. What do you mean by critically? See, while reading the article, there must be questions in your mind. Why he has used this particular method? How did he arrive at this particular finding? Why is such a hypothesis? Because hypothesis is purely a guess, an intelligent guess. That is what it is defined. So what must have made the researcher to have this particular hypothesis? Why has he selected this particular scope? See, and then the interpretation that he goes there. For example, when he finds that only 20% students are visiting the library, now he interprets the data analysis stage that shows that 80-20, 80% are not visiting, 20% are visiting the library. Now he says that only 20% are visiting because the classroom lecture time, practical time are matching, probably the library timing are mismatching and something like that. Now, why he is analyzing in that particular way? What made him? What is the background? Unless you have these types of questions in your mind, you should use all those force of WH question, which, where, when, why, and all that. That will help you. See, reading carefully will have so many question marks in your article that you are reading. Put a question mark and put your thinking there, right? This will have me. अशा प्रकारचे प्रश्न तुम्ही जेव्हा आर्टिकल वाचता हे जर डोक्यामध्ये येत नसतील तर तुमचं वाचन हे क्रिटिकल नाही, ते चिकित्सक वाचन नाही. आणि मग त्या रिव्ह्यूच्या व्याख्येमध्ये आपण पाहिलं होतं, इट इज अ क्रिटिकल सिंथेसिस. ती क्रिटिकल सिंथेसिस होणारच नाही ना, मग ते फक्त कॉपी पेस्ट होईल. कॉपी पेस्टच्या पलीकडे असलेली गोष्ट आहे लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू. तिथे तुमचं स्वतःचं कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन, युअर ब्रेन इज देअर, अँड दॅट ब्रेन टू कम देअर यू हॅव टू डेव्हलप इट थ्रू युअर क्रिटिकल रिडिंग. खरं तर तुमचं रिडिंग कशा प्रकारचं आहे याच्यावर तुमचा रिव्ह्यू कशा प्रकारचा आहे. जसं आधीच्या म्हणालो, तुम्ही शोधलेली आर्टिकल्स कशा प्रकारची आहे, पण नुसती रिलेव्हंट असून चालणार नाही. आता तुमचं वाचन अशा प्रकारचं पाहिजे. I always believe that once you select, if you are able to select the relevant articles, and if you are able to read with these three characteristics, that is purposefully, carefully, critically, 80% of your exercise for writing a wonderful review is ready. I tell you what is there. Rest of the things is little more of a routine activity and little more of a brain work. So let us see what goes. Then you are going to write notes. I'm not saying you write review. Before, actually, once you read it, with the reading itself, your note should go on. Right. It's a dual process. It's a simultaneous process. You are reading and you are writing. And that is why I tell you, reading one article with writing and carefully and critically, friends, it takes time. My own experience is that when you are working actually and then doing research, in that case, you can read maximum one article per day with this particular matter, and you can write the notes of that article in that particular day. So one article per day, ideally speaking, that is what I mean by writing literature review for a doctoral research is about 180 number. If you spend those 6 months exclusively for writing review, that means I am saying every day you are reading only one article with these features, of course, and that will give you such a satisfaction and confidence. Your confidence will totally shape this technology. So you have to write notes. What you have to write in the notes? In the notes, actually, what you have to write, here is a format I have given there. I'll come back to this PPT later. This is actually, you mean by this, a format for writing your notes. Maybe people like me, who are still more comfortable with the printed word and the handwritten note writing and all that. I don't know whether your generation maybe no more gadget and all that. But still there can be used in anywhere. For example, first of all, you write the keywords. Must. So each article that you are reading must be dealing with some of the important facets of your research. You already identified maybe about 10-20 keywords, but many times it will happen when you go on reading an article, you will find additional keywords. So at the top most line, you write the keyword. Ideally speaking, the rightmost corner, I will say, you use this so that later on you can sort them by the keywords. Then, of course, you write the bibliographical details as per the standard style manual, whatever you are going to use, Chicago or AP, whatever it may be. Here itself, your work of compiling your bibliography and citation will be halfway completed, you can say. Then what you write, most importantly, the third point in your notes is brief notes about, and I have written those half a dozen short forms, brief notes about objectives of the given article that you are reading, scope of the given article that you are reading, then hypothesis of the given article, then the methodology used in the given article, including, of course, the method and data collection tools and techniques. That is what is there. Then you actually talk about the findings of the given research and suggestions of the given research. This is what objective, scope, hypothesis, methodology, finding, and then suggestion. The point is that if you have to write all these about half a dozen facets, it means are you going to copy the whole of the article? अशी एक शंका मनामध्ये आली असणार आहे की हे सगळंच लिहायचं म्हणजे आर्टिकलच कॉपी करायचं म्हणजे तर तुम्ही खूपच आमचं काम वाढवून दिलं. नाहीये मित्र, हे सगळ्याच गोष्टी यायची गरज नाही. याच्यापैकी तुमच्या संशोधनाची जी उद्दिष्ट आहेत, तुमच्या संशोधनाची जी मेथोडॉलॉजी आणि व्याप्ती आहे, तुमच्या संशोधनाचं जो हायपोथेसिस आहे त्याला उपयोगी पडणारं याच्यापैकी जे कुठलं योग्य असेल. उदाहरणार्थ तुमचं ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह असं होतं की ग्रामीण भागातल्या लोकांना इंटरनेटची ऍक्सेसिबिलिटी नसल्यामुळे इन्फॉर्मेशन सिकिंग मध्ये प्रॉब्लेम येतात का याचा शोध घेणे. तशा प्रकारचं ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आता वाचत असलेल्या आर्टिकल मध्ये असलं आणि त्याच्याशी काही संबंधित माहिती असेल तर तुम्ही ऑब्जेक्टिव्हचा उल्लेख करा. अदरवाईज फॉरगेट अबाउट इट, यू नीड नॉट टू टॉक. मग ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह रिलेव्हंट नसताना बाकीच्या गोष्टी असू शकतात का? असू शकतात. त्यांनी रिसर्चची ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह ती नव्हती, पण कुठेतरी फायंडिंग मध्ये त्यांनी असं म्हटलेलं आहे की ग्रामीण भागातल्या विद्यार्थ्याला इंटरनेटची फॅसिलिटी उपलब्ध होईल याची सोय करावी, समथिंग लाईक दॅट. लुक ॲट इट. मग तुम्ही फक्त फाइंडिंगचा उल्लेख करा, बाकीच्या गोष्टी इथे लिहायची गरज नाहीये मे बी. सो दिस नोट शुड बी मॅक्झिमम अबाउट 3 lines 4 lines, आय टेल यू, नॉट मोर दॅन दॅट. म्हणजे खरं तर मला असं म्हणायचं 4 वेगळी वाक्य तुम्ही त्याच्यापैकी जर लिहू शकलात म्हणजे इमॅजिन करा, दॅट इज व्हॉट इज युअर क्रिटिकॅलिटी, दॅट इज व्हॉट इज युअर इन्व्हेस्टमेंट ऑफ एफर्ट्स अँड ब्रेन. तुम्ही 20 पानाचं आर्टिकल लिहिताय आणि लिटरली 4 वाक्य लिहून काढताय. मित्र, तुम्हाला नाही का वाटत हे खरं संशोधन आहे? कारण तुम्ही जेव्हा 20 पानाचं आर्टिकल वाचता म्हणजे तुमच्या ज्ञानामध्ये एवढी भर पडलेली असते आणि त्यातली 4 प्रॉमिनंट शोधण्याचं कौशल्य तुमच्यामध्ये आलं म्हणजे हाऊ फार युअर नॉलेज अँड स्किल हॅज इम्प्रूव्ड. You are already actually in the making of a fantastic researcher. तुम्ही फक्त ते फायनल डिग्री किंवा पब्लिकेशनला न बघता या प्रोसेस मधला जो गेन आहे त्याच्याकडे बघायला पाहिजे, मला असं वाटतं. आणि म्हणून इथे तुम्ही 20 पानाचे आर्टिकल वाचून जेव्हा 4 वाक्य लिहिता तेव्हा खरं तर तुम्हाला तेवढ्यासाठी सुद्धा मी म्हणेल डिग्री देऊनच टाकावी. कारण ती 4 वाक्य मात्र मग अशी नाही पाहिजे ती म्हणजे कॉपी पेस्ट, ज्याला काय म्हणता येईल की रॅन्डमली कुठली तरी, आता सर तुम्हीच म्हणाला 4 वाक्य कॉपी करा आणि कुठली ब्लाइंडली 4 केली, नो दॅट्स नॉट द केस. पण तो लाइटर पार्ट आपण बाजूला ठेवूया. व्हॉट इज दॅट यू आयडेंटिफाय दोज मोस्ट क्रुशियल कॉम्पोनंट्स ऑफ इट. इफ यू आर एबल टू डू दॅट, कदाचित पहिली 10 आर्टिकल वाचून होईपर्यंत याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला फार फ्लक्च्युएशन्स असतील, कॉन्फिडन्स कदाचित कमी पण होईल, पण मला वाटतं हॅव इट, मेंटेन इट. एक साधारणपणे 10 आर्टिकलच्या नंतरचा तुमचा कॉन्फिडन्स वाढेल आणि मग तुम्ही खूप चांगल्या पद्धतीच्या अशा ब्रीफ नोट्स घेऊ शकाल. व्हॉट इज वन मोर कंपोनंट ऑफ युअर ओन ऍडिशन्स, हे तर तुम्ही कॉपी करताय रिमेंबर, पण आता काय करताय तर युअर ओन क्रिटिकल कॉमेंट्स रिलेटेड विथ व्हॉट, with reference to WRT, I mean with reference to what, all those 5-6 components, actually 6 components have been mentioned there. त्याच्याबद्दल तुमचं काय म्हणणं आहे? त्यांनी तसं ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह ठेवलं होतं, त्याचं इंटरप्रिटेशन तसं होतं, त्याचं फाइंडिंग असं आलं होतं. म्हणजे उदाहरणार्थ त्याचं जर फाइंडिंग तुम्ही म्हणताय की ग्रामीण भागात इंटरनेटची ऍक्सेसिबिलिटी नव्हती, तर मग तो एरिया कुठला होता, त्याची तुमची क्रिटिकल कॉमेंट लिहा ना. हे खरं तर त्या चंद्रपूर भागामध्ये होतं म्हणून कदाचित नव्हतं, XYZ भागामध्ये होतं म्हणून नव्हतं, पण आता जेव्हा मी मुंबईच्या ग्रामीण भागात म्हणतोय तेव्हा सिच्युएशन काय राहणार आहे, पुण्याचा ग्रामीण भाग जेव्हा मी म्हणतो तेव्हा सिच्युएशन काय राहणार आहे, ती बदलणार आहे का? तुम्ही लिहा तिथे दिस विथ रेफरन्स टू माय ओन रिसर्च, हे कदाचित असं वेगळं असू शकेल. थोडक्यात त्यांनी जे काय लिहिलेलं आहे त्याच्याबद्दल तुमचं मत लक्षात घ्या मित्र हो. तुमचं मत नसलेला रिसर्च हा रिसर्चच होऊ शकत नाही, मग तो तुमचा रिसर्च कसा म्हणता येईल? म्हणून तुमचं मत हे खरं तर इंटरप्रिटेशन मध्ये यायला पाहिजे, तुमचं मत हे सजेशन मध्ये यायलाच पाहिजे, पण इंटरप्रिटेशन मध्ये म्हणजे जी काय फाइंडिंग आलेली 20% विद्यार्थी लायब्ररीत येतात, हे फाइंडिंग आमचा रिसर्चर तिथं थांबतोय, तो म्हणतो की वरील ग्राफनुसार 80% येत नाही, 20% येतात, हा पुढचा पॅराग्राफ सुरू. पण इथे मधली गॅप राहिली ना बाई, तुला काय म्हणायचं याच्याबद्दल? तुझं काहीतरी मत असेल ना, 20%च काय येतात, तशी कॉमेंट इथेच लिहून ठेवा. दिस विल बी युजफुल फॉर ऑल अदर पर्पजेस अपार्ट फ्रॉम लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू, दॅट हॅज टू बी देअर. अँड देन आर्ग्युमेंट, प्रिन्सिपल्स और युनिकनेस, हा जो त्याचा राहिलेला भाग आहे. उदाहरणार्थ त्यांनी कुठले आर्ग्युमेंट्स केलेले आहेत का, त्यांनी एखादं प्रिन्सिपल मांडलेलं आहे का नवीन त्या ह्याच्यामध्ये, त्याचा त्या संपूर्ण रिसर्चचा एखादा युनिकनेस आहे का? उदाहरणार्थ त्यांनी जी काही सॅम्पलिंगची मेथड वापरली ती वेगळी होती का? त्यांनी एथनोग्राफिक रिसर्च केलाय का की जिथे तो 6 महिने जाऊन राहिलाच? उदाहरणार्थ आमच्याकडे आणि जगभरात खरं तर इंटरनॅशनल स्टुडंटच्या इन्फॉर्मेशन सिकिंग बिहेवियरचा रिसर्च करताना तो रिसर्चर त्याच्याकडे जाऊन राहतो 1-2 महिने आणि तो ऑब्झर्व करतो की ते कशा पद्धतीने माहिती शोधतात, समथिंग लाईक दॅट. सो दॅट हॅज टू बी दॅट. Such types of format are so useful for writing notes. You may use it. Going back to the earlier PPT. So you write, if you mention, look into here, I have already mentioned that step number 3. Step number 4, so second last step, is classify the notes by keywords, particularly by thematic review. I will talk about that little later. आता तुम्ही ही जर नोट्स पाहिली तर त्या नोट्सच्या वरती कीवर्ड्स आहेत. मग आता काय करा, समजा तुम्ही इन्फॉर्मेशन सिकिंग बिहेवियर रिसर्च करताय, त्यातला एक पार्ट आहे सर्चिंग इंटरनेट, असं एक कीवर्ड आहे. मग ही सगळी समजा तुम्ही 50 आर्टिकल रिव्ह्यू केलेली आहेत, म्हणजे 50 अशी कार्ड्स तुमच्याकडे, असं जर म्हटलं, त्या 50 कार्डचं सॉर्टिंग करा. सॉर्टिंग करताना एक विशिष्ट कीवर्ड असलेली सगळी कार्ड एकत्र करा. दॅट इज व्हॉट आय मीन बाय सॉर्टिंग देम. Once you sort them, what you have to do? You have to write the literature review. आता काय झालंय बघा, सॉर्टिंग मध्ये इंटरनेट असं कॅप्शन असलेली 5 कार्ड्स आहेत तुमच्याकडे, 5 नोट्सचे गठ्ठा आहे. त्या 5 नोट्सच्या गठ्ठ्यांना एकत्र केल्यानंतर तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की हे 5 आर्टिकल्स इंटरनेटशी संबंधित आहेत, इन्फॉर्मेशन सिकिंग बिहेवियर मधल्या, आणि प्रत्येकाची लिटल व्हेरिएशन्स आहेत, कारण ते एक्झॅक्ट सेम रिसर्चच नाहीयेत. आता तुम्ही त्या 5चा मिळून एक पॅराग्राफ लिहा आणि त्याला वरती नाव द्या, दी डिफिकल्टीज ऑफ इंटरनेट, त्याला एक कॅप्शन द्या. खरं तर याला थीम बेस्ड किंवा थीमॅटिक लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू म्हणतात. थीम बेस्ड म्हणजे तुम्हाला समजा तुमचा लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू हा 10 पॅराग्राफचा असेल, तर 10 पॅराग्राफला प्रत्येकाला वेगळं एक कॅप्शन देता येणार आहे का? एका पॅराग्राफमध्ये 5 आर्टिकलचा रिव्ह्यू आहे, तर ही जी काही तुम्ही एक एकत्रीकरण करताय, त्याला एक नाव पण देत आहे, ती थीम्स खरं तर तुमच्या वाचनामधून यायला पाहिजे. जसं जसं उदाहरणार्थ मी काही शेवटी सांगणार आहे, मी जेव्हा ई बुक्सवरच्या रिसर्चचा लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू लिहित होतो, मला सुरुवातीला माझ्या डोक्यात काही थीम्स नव्हती, पण जेव्हा प्रत्यक्ष वाचत गेलो आर्टिकल, तेव्हा एक लक्षात आलं की खूप लोकांनी चिल्ड्रन्स ई बुक रिडिंग याच्यावर लिहिलेलं आहे. मग माझा एक वेगळा कीवर्ड तयार झाला होता. ई बुक्सच सगळा रिसर्च होता. चिल्ड्रन हे कॅप्शन दिलं मी आणि मग चिल्ड्रन असं कॅप्शन असलेली सगळी कार्ड्स मी बाजूला काढली. ऑटोमॅटिकली माझ्या काय लक्षात आलं की आता माझं एकत्रीकरण झालं. ते कुठल्या आर्टिकलचं, एका विशिष्ट सब थीमशी रिलेटेड जेवढी आर्टिकल्स. सो ऍटलीस्ट आय कुड सॉर्ट देम आउट दॅट दीज 5 आर्टिकल्स आर डीलिंग विथ वन फॅसेट ऑफ माय total research. And then you write literature review covering what? You cover the interrelations between earlier research in the sense की एकमेकांना, म्हणजे 5 आर्टिकल्स आहेत ते एकमेकांना सपोर्ट करतायत का, विरोध करतायत का, त्याच्यातलं आणखीन स्पेशलायझेशन होत चाललंय का, एकमेकांना एक दुसऱ्यापेक्षा ब्रॉड आहे का, नॅरोवर आहे का, एकसारखा आहे का, दिस यू मस्ट टॉक अबाउट. ते तुम्हाला ऍक्च्युअल रिव्ह्यू जेव्हा मी एखादी पीपीटी दाखवेन तिथं कळेल. त्याच्यानंतर आर्ग्युमेंट्स ऑफ द अर्लियर रिसर्चर. लक्षात घ्या, रिसर्च मध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणावर आर्ग्युमेंट केल्या जातात. असं सांगितलं जातं की हे असं असं आढळतंय, पण असं वाटतं, असं नसायला पाहिजे, असं असू शकतं, असं असण्याची अशी कारणं आहेत. दीज आर व्हॉट यू मीन बाय आर्ग्युमेंट्स. मग अर्लियर रिसर्च मध्ये काय आर्ग्युमेंट केल्या होत्या त्या तुम्ही तुमच्या लिटरेचर त्या रायटिंग मध्ये लिहा. हे खरं तर कुठं आलेलं आहे, तुम्ही ज्या कॉमेंट लिहिलेल्या आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये आलेल्या आहेत, त्या नोट्सचा फॉर्मॅट तुम्हाला आठवत असेल तर. देन करंट रिसर्चर्स आर्ग्युमेंट, तुमचं काय म्हणणं आहे. म्हणजे त्यांनी खरं तर ए आणि बी ला विरोध केलाय, मान्य आहे, पण एनी केलेला बी ला विरोध याच्याशी तुम्ही सहमत आहात की नाही. बिकॉज सी यू हॅव टू ब्रिंग इन टू द पिक्चर. You cannot say that A said this, B said this, C said this, D said this. Over. Where are you? It is your research. So you bring yourself into the research saying that this is what is XYZ has said. So 3 writers, 3 researchers. But according to me, this is what. So your own feeling, your own knowledge, your own understanding, your own view, either you are supporting it. म्हणजे तुम्ही म्हणू शकता ABC नी खरं एकच गोष्ट मांडलेली, ती म्हणजे ग्रामीण भागात इंटरनेट नसतो आणि म्हणून रिसर्च चांगला होत नाही. पण तुमचं वेगळं मत असेल तर मग तुम्ही लिहा ना. परंतु हे पुन्हा ग्रामीण भागाचे आणखीन भाग वेगळे करता येतील. असे ग्रामीण भाग की मोठ्या सिटीजला जोडलेले आहेत, असे ग्रामीण भाग की जे बॅकवर्ड एरियाला जोडलेले आहेत. मग तुम्ही तुमची आर्ग्युमेंट लिहा ना आणि मग तुम्ही सांगा की हो मी यांच्याशी सहमत आहे किंवा मी यांच्याशी सहमत नाही. लुक इट इट. मला असं वाटतं की तुमचा स्वतःचा व्ह्यू नसलेला, तुमचं स्वतःचं मत नसलेला लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू असू शकत नाही. Otherwise also then what is your contribution? Literature review is not copy paste. I already mentioned. You have to bring yourself into the picture. Then you also write about the aspect and the facets not attended by the earlier research. हे खरं यायला पाहिजे. कारण जेव्हा तुम्ही असं लक्षात घेताय तुमची काही ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आहेत तुमच्या रिसर्चची, बाकीचं रिसर्च तुम्ही वाटताय, when you are doing all this, you will always notice that these are the gaps. And you must mention those aspects which were not attended deliberately, ज्याला आपण limitations म्हणतो, or sometime actually he missed them out. Whatever way, whatever has been missed, not noticed, you must write that also in your literature. And finally, relate the findings of earlier research to the present research. See, earlier research said that this is not happening, that itself, or this is the problem still not solved, still not resolved. त्यांनी हे शेवटी सांगितलेलं आहे की खरं तर अजूनही एवढ्या गोष्टी राहिलेल्या आहेत म्हणून आम्ही सजेशन देतोय. नाव यू लिंक इट, यू रिलेट इट, the findings of those research with your research. For example, this is the reason my objective was this. कारण त्यांनी असं सांगितलं होतं की एक्स्ट्रीम ग्रामीण भागात अशी परिस्थिती, मग तुमचं ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह असं असेल कदाचित. सो यू से दॅट सिन्स AB said this and I selected this particular objectives, I selected this particular method. उदाहरणार्थ तुमचा जर आधीच्याच अनेक रिसर्चरनी म्हणलं असेल की क्वेश्चनर बेस्ड सर्वे केला म्हणून खरं इन्फॉर्मेशन सिकिंग बिहेवियर कळलेलं नाही, असे आधीचे फाइंडिंग्स आहेत. मग ते तुम्ही तुमच्या रिसर्चला कसं जोडणार. कारण तुम्ही your research you have mentioned that I am going to conduct interview, I am going to adapt the observation method. Now you relate it, since the earlier 3 researchers mentioned that their research was based on questionnaire which did not give them the very valid sound findings, and that is the reason the present researcher has researched that I'm going to use the observation or interview method. Look at it now, that those researchers that was completed earlier and your research, you are creating a link there, start that synthesis process. Actually, this is what you have to write. Friends, this is another PPT where I have very literature review synthesis. Synthesis म्हणजे जोडणी करायची. म्हणजे A research, Aचा research, Bचा research, Cचा research, Dचा research. मग असं म्हणून चालणार नाही A said this, B said this, D said this. No, that's not there. How A and B are related, how B and C are related. मग ते A ला B सपोर्ट करतोय का, A ला अपोज करतोय का, ते यायला पाहिजे. हे करत असताना अशा प्रकारचे टर्म्स तुमच्या खरं तर रिव्ह्यू मध्ये यायला पाहिजे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल ए आर्ग्यूज, ए कंटेन्स, ए क्लेम्स, ए इस्टॅब्लिशेस, बी प्रूव्स, प्रपोजेस, मेंटेन्स. Look at these this is simply to give you an idea. You have to use those joining words or those prepositions, actually joining A research with B research with C, and look at all these sentences. Has assumed, has taken for granted, has rejected, challenges, emphasizes, focuses, draws attention to. हे सगळे टर्म्स वाचल्यावर तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की त्याच्यामुळे तुम्ही खऱ्या अर्थाने ते सिंथेसिस करताय, ते एकमेकांना जोडताय आणि ते अशा पद्धतीने जोडताय की as if they are the single unit. That is what is the meaning of synthesis. Each of the point that I have mentioned, for what purpose these terms, these are available actually in number of research methodology book. In my own book, actually, How to Write, I have given all these words very deliberately, similarly as I have given it here. Or if you read a good literature review, pay attention to these words, how the writer uses them very judiciously, very perfectly actually, so as to create a wonderful write-up of literature review. So these are very useful words. You have to pay attention. खरं तुम्ही इतरांचे जेव्हा लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू वाचता तेव्हा आवर्जून या गोष्टीकडे लक्ष द्या की कुठले जॉईनिंग वर्ड्स वापरतो. हे जे खरं तर मी जवळजवळ एक 30-40 वर्ड्स इथे ऍड केलेले आहेत, बट दिस नॉट एन एंड ऑफ इट. देयर कुड बी अ लार्ज लिस्ट ऑफ सच connectors, you can say. Without connectors, what happens then? Your literature review simply indicate it's a detached pieces. म्हणजे एचा इथे थांबलं, बीचं सुरू झालं, पण ए आणि बी मध्ये any relationship, that means you are not ready with those. What do you mean by carefully and critically and all that? That has been missing there. To sum up, actually, friends, let me come to the concluding part. In the literature, you must add citations. Somebody must have already talked about the plagiarism and how to avoid it, how not to actually resort to plagiarism, or how to conduct research ethically. For that purpose, citations must be included. You are already aware of that. Your literature review must have a brief introduction. Don't start it jumping directly. A said this, that's the first sentence. No, you have a brief introduction, and in that you specifically mention actually the scope of review document. For example, how many documents you have reviewed. This review covers 50 documents. This review covers 190 documents. And now those include journal article, thesis from national and international scenario, from the current and the past, whatever it may be, English and Marathi particularly. जर आपण मराठीतले रिसर्चर असतील तर तुम्ही द्या ना त्याचा एक गोषवारा द्या, काय काय डॉक्युमेंट तुम्ही कव्हर केलेले आहेत ती त्याच्यामध्ये यायला पाहिजे. You also very deliberately mention in the brief introduction what keywords were used, what search statements were used for searching literature. कारण लक्षात घ्या, तुम्ही कुठल्या प्रकारच्या स्ट्रॅटेजीज, कुठल्या लिटरेचर शोधायला वापरले त्याच्यानुसार तुमचं रिट्रीवल बदलणार आहे. And since your review is based on the retrieved items, you mention it there. The reviewers of international journals and even the reviewers of the thesis, they are always interested actually, has he used all the terms related to his documents or he has missed out something, and if you have added the perfect term, he will really appreciate. So add that. Then you have a review and all that. At the end, there should be a brief conclusion also. So there has to be introduction, the first part. Then there will be a review divided into number of themes, number of paragraphs, each one having a separate caption. And then finally, you conclude it. In the conclusion, you exclusively must mention place of your research in the total universe of knowledge. So you must show that this particular research is fitting in this slot along with the other researches that you reviewed. So that is what has to be there. I must answer one of the question, possibly this must be in your mind, is that is it that suppose I found say 500 articles, am I supposed to give a review of all 500? What is it? Here, that is what I have tried to mention. Depending upon actually what is the purpose of your research, you should be able to write a review of about 20, 100 or 200 items. As I said, depending upon the scope and the status of your own research. जेवढं लिटरेचर तुम्हाला सापडलंय त्या सगळ्याचा सगळा रिव्ह्यू लिहायचे कारण नसतं. कारण नंतर तुमच्या असं लक्षात येतं की A-B-C आणि D मधले जवळपास सारखेपण आहे. मग तो फाइंडिंग मधला असेल, तो ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह मधला असेल, मग त्यातलं तुम्ही एक घ्या, बाकीच्या घ्यायची गरज नाही. त्याच्या पुढचं जे घ्याल ते कुठल्या तरी अर्थाने पहिल्या 3 पेक्षा वेगळं असलं पाहिजे. And that is how you should always restrict it. There has to be certain proportion of how many articles you found and how many articles you are going to present. And that is always has to be, say, for example, 20 to 100, you can say. If you find 100, 20 of that can be reviewed. No, not to cover and write about each of the article. म्हणजे समजा A नी फाइंडिंग दिलेली की इंटरनेटची ग्रामीण भागात व्यवस्था नाहीये, B नी पण तीच दिली. मग आमचा संशोधक काय करतो की A नी हे शोधलं, B नी हे शोधलं, C नी हे शोधलं. म्हणजे 20 लोकांनी सारखे तो 20 वेळा त्या लाईन रिपीट करत जातो. आय टेल यू इट्स इरिटेटिंग. इट्स नॉट अ प्लेजंटनेस ऑफ रीडिंग रिसर्च. सो you should avoid that. Friend, let me tell you my own experience. These are the 3 articles I wrote exclusively on the basis of literature review. The first one is the latest article published in 2018. It is published in Decidoc. It is a review of ebook research. Whatever research was published on the topic of ebooks, I have published that. That's based on literature review. I have my own experience, a fantastic one of writing literature review. The second one is published in the Emerald Journal, that is the electronic library. That was long back, actually, about 10 years back, you can say. But that was again a review-based research on the same topic. After 10 years, actually, I wrote the other article saying that what is the situation. I wrote a book, what was mentioned there. This book is based again on the literature review. हे मला का सांगायचं तुम्हाला की ही सगळी आर्टिकल्स लिहित असताना, ही पुस्तक लिहित असताना माझ्या असं लक्षात आलं की माझा ब्रॉड टॉपिक फक्त ठरला होता ई बुक्स वरचा रिसर्च किंवा क्लासिफिकेशन वरचा रिसर्च. त्याच्या आतली जी थीम्स होती ती माझ्या डोळ्यासमोर नव्हतीच. ती कुठून आली तुम्हाला सांगतो. थीमेटिक रिव्ह्यू असला पाहिजे, टॉपिकल असला पाहिजे. म्हणजे तुम्ही समजा 20 पानाचा रिव्ह्यू लिहिता थिसिस साठी, तर 20 पानाच्या रिव्ह्यू मध्ये तुमची कदाचित 10 कॅप्शन्स असू शकतात, 10 वेगळी शीर्षक असू शकतात. त्याच्या खाली त्या शीर्षकाशी संबंधित लिटरेचर एकत्र केलंय. ते करत असताना तुम्हाला जे थीम्स लागतात, जे विषय लागतात, जे कीवर्ड्स लागतात, ते येतात कुठून? ते वाचनातून येतात मित्र. हे तिन्ही आर्टिकल लिहित असताना मला उदाहरणार्थ 2010 मधलं जेव्हा मी ई बुक्स वरचं आर्टिकल लिहिलं तेव्हा चिल्ड्रन्स यूज ऑफ ई बुक अशा प्रकारची थीमच आली नाही अजिबात. पण जेव्हा 2018 मध्ये जेव्हा मी त्याच विषयावरच्या लिटरेचरचा रिव्ह्यू लिहायला लागलो तेव्हा मला हाफ अ डझन किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त डॉक्युमेंट्स मिळाली ती विषयाची होती. किंवा तुम्हाला दुसरं सांगतो, 2010 मध्ये मी लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू लिहित होतो तेव्हा नॉन लायब्ररी सायन्स लोकांनी ई बुक्स बद्दल लिहिलेली आर्टिकल्स बऱ्यापैकी होती. आणि 2018 मध्ये म्हणजे तोपर्यंत खरं स्पेशलायझेशन स्थिर होत आलं होतं. 2018 मध्ये इतर लोकांनी म्हणजे मीडिया मधली असतील, एज्युकेशन मधली असतील, टेक्नॉलॉजी मधली असतील, त्यांनी या विषयावरचं लिहिणं आता कमी केलं होतं. लुक ॲट इट. म्हणजे ती थीम आली नाही माझ्या इथे. रायटिंग ऑन ई बुक्स बाय नॉन लायब्ररी सायन्स पीपल हे एक कॅप्शन झालं होतं. चिल्ड्रन्स यूज ऑफ ई बुक्स हे कॅप्शन माझ्या सेकंड रिसर्च मध्ये आलं, जे अलीकडच्या, पहिल्या ह्याच्यात नव्हतं. लुक एट इट. ऑल इन ऑल प्राइसिंग मॉडेलचा इश्यू हा पहिल्या ह्याच्यात होता, मोठ्या प्रमाणावर आला होता. नंतर 18 मध्ये प्राइसिंग मॉडेलवर फार रिसर्च झालेला नाही, कदाचित 2-3च आर्टिकल मला मिळाले. लुक एट इट. डोंट यू थिंक दॅट इज व्हॉट आय बेसिकली, मला दरवेळेस ट्रेंड शोधायचा होता आणि त्याच्यानुसार मला असं लक्षात. पण ही जी एमर्जिंग ऑफ द थीम ज्याला म्हणतो, आपल्याला त्या विषयाचं आर्टिकल सापडणं जे म्हणतो, हे खरं तर वाचनावर आधारित असतं आणि मग फॅन्टॅस्टिक थीम्स, हे खरं तुमचं कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन असतं. आय टेल यू, दॅट इज द रिझन अ डिग्री इज गिवन टू यू. दॅट इज फॉर युअर आर्टिकल इज पब्लिश्ड इन इंटरनॅशनल रेप्युटेड जर्नल, बिकॉज यू आर कॉन्ट्रीब्युटिंग बाय वे ऑफ थिंकिंग. हे इथे खरं तर रिफ्लेक्ट व्हायला पाहिजे. And these are the two fantastic books on literature review. They are great. दोन्ही सेजची पब्लिकेशन्स आहेत. हार्टनी एक पुस्तक लिहिलेलं आहे, डुईंग लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू. फारच चांगलं आहे ते, पर्टिक्युलरली सोशल सायन्स कॉन्टेक्स्ट मध्ये. तुम्ही दुसरं जर म्हटलं तर त्या कूपर नावाच्या माणसाने लिहिलेले सिंथसायझिंग रिसर्च, त्याचं टायटलच किती बिफिटिंग आहे, किती परफेक्ट आहे. When you write literature review, you don't write literature review. तुम्ही एकसंघ असा एक काहीतरी प्रॉडक्ट तयार करता. दॅट इज व्हॉट ही हॅज यूज्ड, सिंथसायझिंग. ही पुस्तकं तुमच्या ठिकाणी असण्याची दाट शक्यता आहे. दोज पीपल हू आर जेन्युइनली इंटरेस्टेड इन रायटिंग फॅन्टॅस्टिक लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू, I appeal that they must read these about 200 pages books. Spend about a month, but you will be a totally different reviewer after reading these literatures. Friends, before I conclude, here are actually two reviews that I have just brought to your screen. And I have highlighted those joining words that should be there in your own writing. Let us see if we could go to those and have a better view of it. ती खरं तर हायलाइट केलेली, हे खरं तर ऍक्च्युअल आर्टिकल आहे ते सायन्स डायरेक्ट मधल्या लायब्ररी आणि इन्फॉर्मेशन सायन्स रिसर्च नावाचं एक एकमेव जर्नल आहे. हा लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू इथे आलेला आहे. खरं तर आपल्याला सगळं आर्टिकल पाहायला आपल्याला आता कदाचित वेळ मिळणार नाही, आपल्याला कुलकर्णी सर तोपर्यंत सांगतील थांबा म्हणून. पण हा बघा, इथे लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू सुरू झाला आणि ही थीम आहे, स्टुडंट्स रिटेन्शन अँड विथड्रॉवल. तुम्ही जर त्याचं टायटल वाचलं तर ते काय बघा, अकॅडमिक लायब्ररी यूज अँड स्टुडंट रिटेन्शन, किती प्रमाणात लायब्ररी वापरल्या जातात, अशा पद्धतीचा तो टॉपिक होता. आता लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू मध्ये म्हटलं तर एक थीम आलेली आहे, स्टुडंट्स रिटेन्शन आणि विथड्रॉवल, किती राहतात किती सोडून जातात. आणि इकडे बघा टर्म्स आहेत, आर्ग्यूज, ऍड्स. आणखीन बघा, ही नवीन थीम आली, स्टुडंट्स रिटेन्शन अँड अकॅडमिक लायब्ररी. आधीचा वेगळा होता खरं तर, आता हा विथड्रॉवल आणि रिटेन्शन होता. हा अकॅडमिक, हायलाइटेड, इंट्रोड्युस्ड, फॉर एक्झाम्पल एक्सप्लोर्ड. हे जे टर्म्स आहेत तुम्हाला तिथे पण दिसले असतील खरं तर, हायलाइटेड, इंट्रोड्युस्ड, एक्सप्लोर्ड. किंवा आणखीन जर पुढे जाल तर तुम्ही रिपोर्टेड, नोटेड, फाउंड, डिक्टेटेड, discussed. Look at those. Here are further commented and all that. इथे थांबती. खरं तर त्यांनी त्या दोन थीम्स वापरलेल्या आहेत मित्र. Look at it. Such types of themes also must emerge from your own thing. I have one more just quickly to browse. Here is another article actually of an example of literature review. This is an Emerald article actually, and the topic is use of touch devices by toddlers. म्हणजे रांगणारी मुलं कशा पद्धतीने टच डिव्हाइसेस वापरतात त्याचं इन्फॉर्मेशन सीकिंग बिहेवियर. नरेंद्र अग्रवाल नावाच्या व्यक्तीने लिहिले. ते भारतीय आहेत पण इथले नाही आहेत, तिकडे असतात. हा इथे लिटरेचर रिव्ह्यू आलाय. ही बघा थीम, चिल्ड्रन्स इन्फॉर्मेशन सीकिंग बिहेवियर, एक थीम आली त्याच्यामध्ये. आणि इथे सॉट टू सेट दी अजम्पशन, तर काय करायचं होतं तर त्यांना ती अजम्पशन्स तपासायची होती. आयडेंटिफाईड, कन्क्लूड्स. लुक ॲट दोज वर्ड्स, फाउंड, प्रपोज्ड, नोटेड, एक्सप्लोर्ड, कन्क्लुडेड. ही दुसरी थीम आली, चिल्ड्रन्स इंटरॅक्शन विथ द टेक्नॉलॉजी. फर्स्ट वॉज इन्फॉर्मेशन सीकिंग बिहेवियर. ह्या थीम आल्या ना बघा. आता ही जी त्याची इंटरॅक्शन कशी होती. Here comes the joining word, examined, investigated.
हॅलो,
हा,
सॉरी टू डिस्टर्ब यू सर, पण ती जी स्लाइड तुम्ही दाखवताय ती दिसत नाहीये सर.
दिसत नाहीये का ती?
हा हा
हो हो हो. मग ती कदाचित त्या स्लाइडच्या पार्ट नसल्यामुळे असेल. पण
Yes.
आता मग मी इकडे थांबूया आपण, कारण ती दिसत नसेल तर त्याचं पर्पस होणार नाहीये. पण बिफोर आय ऍक्च्युअली कन्क्लूड इट, लेट मी tell you people, these two articles actually, or if you are unable to see those articles, what I will appeal is that now maybe very deliberately you read 3-4 articles only literature review part. हे आमच्या वर्कशॉप घेतो तेव्हा खरं तर विद्यार्थ्यांकडून हा एक्सरसाइज आम्ही करून घेतो तो असा की त्यांना आर्टिकल देतो आणि आम्ही फक्त तेवढे वर्ड्स अंडरलाईन करायला सांगतो. आता खरं तर तुम्ही सुद्धा ज्यांना कोणाला इंटरेस्ट असेल त्यांनी अशा पद्धतीची आर्टिकल्स शोधावीत आणि त्या आर्टिकल मधली फक्त थीम्स जी त्यांनी दिलेली आहेत ती आयडेंटिफाय करावी आणि अशी जे जॉईनिंग वर्ड्स आहेत ते पण खरं तर आयडेंटिफाय करावे. त्याच्यामुळे तुमचा एक एक्सरसाइज आपोआप होऊन जाईल की मला सुद्धा रिव्ह्यू लिहायचा आहे, म्हणजे ए आणि बी आर्टिकलनी ए नी असं म्हटलं, बी नी असं म्हटलं न म्हणता ए कॉमेंटेड, ए एक्सप्लोर्ड and be supported, हे अशा प्रकारची जॉइनिंग वर्ड त्याच्यामध्ये येतील. With that actually that will be a fantastic review. On my part I'm going to stop here. Thanks for listening. Thanks Jagdish for organizing this seminar. Congratulations to you for having a wonderful exercise. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
थँक्यू सर.
Hello.
Now I request Honorable Misra sir to please enlighten us as a
Hello.
chief guest of this session.
Yes.
Yes.
Is my voice audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Jagdish. It was a brilliant delivery by Dr. Kumar on a very relevant and pertinent topic, because in the last 12 years I have observed the drastic deterioration in the PhD thesis with respect to literature review and the writing parts. Most of the social science teachers and the students, the researchers, they are simply taking few articles collected from some sources and just narrating it in the chapter called Review of Literature, which is not the objective review of literature chapter. Sir has, Kumar sir has very meticulously prepared the slides, which has shown the flow of how to go with the review of literature. And at the end also he suggested, which is a requirement, that even in review of literature chapter, there should be an introduction, there should be some objectives, there should be comparisons, and also there should be conclusion at the end within review literature chapter. This is very hard. At the same time, I would only like to add that every student review literature chapter while writing should think that you are writing a story about your activity, what you have supposed, planned, and envisaged on the basis of different people views, opinions. It is exactly like a mother is telling a story to the child, collecting different non-existing views or and joins all those things to convince the child, and the child will go wandering within that world and finally get very much happiness. Review of literature chapter is exactly like that. So you have to pick so many things, but you have to link it so relevantly that your research importance will be related through this chapter only. There is no other way. And moreover, writing review of literature doesn't mean that it is restricted to only review of literature chapter. In every part of a research report, the literature you have collected and how you present it without plagiarism is important. Even if you are writing somebody's quotations, but must write your own understanding. You give the citation person's significance, acknowledge it, but write in your own words so that the public will be able to understand it and plagiarism will not occur. In addition to that, I am sincerely believing that the arts and the commerce or social science people must take the guidance that Kumbar sir has given today into reality. Just not because it's true that UGC has to give guidelines after observing several such theses and several such writings. Of course, we are awarding highest degree, that is Doctor of Philosophy, beyond which there is no degree. I understand the original knowledge was nothing but philosophy. We started understanding that philosophy with the help of science and argument. Where argument failed, again, philosophy started. Therefore, ultimate degree is called as Doctor of Philosophy. And I appreciate the endeavor Jagdish Kulkarni sir and his team has taken in organizing such a wonderful online delivery of such beautiful topics to the researchers. Otherwise, such type of things in the class delivery also may not be possible because many times research students don't attend the regular classes also. But this endeavor will definitely make them or enable them to rethink, replan, assemble their ideas to complete their research in a better way, and the downgrade while observing today will again revive to a best possible way, and our thesis will be read by outsiders, which is rare in present. Outsiders do not read Indian thesis because they don't find any relevance in the objective, in the review literature, or even in the final conclusion times. So thank you very much for all things done it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Please, someone has a share that is,
Yeah.
that must be removed. I'm thankful to you, sir. Honorable Dr. Misra, sir. He has a lot of work there. He is busy as a Vice Chancellor of the Solapur University, but he has find time for us. He has listened all the lecture. He has highlighted important points. The point which he has stated was very important, that review is like a storytelling by mother. So it was a very important statement one has to keep in mind. So like telling a story, you have to write the reviews. I'm so much thankful to you, sir. You are so busy. Still, you give us time. Actually, you was there in our library as a library committee member. That time we were getting so much guidance from you. As a director of sub-center, you have done so many things. You have developed that sub-center. Now you are in Solapur University. I'm sure that the university will reach its high in your guidance, in your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Thank you for your valuable
Thank you
words,
very
sir.
much, and bye.
Thank you. I think so. कुलकर्णी सरांच्या इथे कनेक्टिव्हिटी होतोय. हॅलो. ओके, टिल सर कनेक्ट होतात
Yes.
पुन्हा, तोपर्यंत मी सगळ्यांना पार्टिसिपंट्सना विनंती करते की इफ यू हॅव एनी क्वेरीज, please listen. If you have any queries, please raise your hand. I will unmute one by one, and then you can ask your query to our resource person, Honorable Dr. Kumhar sir. And also, you can chat your query in chat box also. Till then, कुंभार सर, काही कमेंट्स आपल्याला चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये आलेल्या आहेत, त्यातल्या काही कमेंट्स आय वॉन्ट टू शेअर विथ यू. Sanmati Jain is writing, should we only consider primary sources for literature review, or can we also use secondary sources like review articles for literature review? Please guide us, sir.
See, basically, this categorization we do it because we have been taught to classify the literature like that. Ideally speaking, 99.9% it has to be primary literature. Now, by reference of saying, say, for example, already some people have published research review articles on this topic. So you mention that so as to indicate your own awareness and knowledge about that article, that is sufficient. You need not to. It has to be 99% covering the primary literature.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another one is from Prashant Kallodi, sir. Can we add summary table of thematic literature review articles in literature review topic? Can we add summary table of thematic literature, sir?
It doesn't really much make any sense. That is because see, summary tables we usually use for the statistical information. Otherwise, there is no point actually saying, say, for example, these are the 3 terms used by terms used by ABC. Such types of, so ideally speaking, the tabular presentation in terms of because you don't go for percentages and averages and all that. So there is no reason actually. I don't find actually by and large no reason to provide any tables in case of reviews.
Okay. Sir, people are also asking about PPT.
Yeah, they will be said, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. And sir, could we actually nobody hand raise? Actually, all are typing in chat box, so no problem.
Just minute, ma'am. Vaijnath, Vaijnath is
Okay,
here.
okay, sir, unmute करा.
Vaijnath.
Unmute कर. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Hello. हाँ सर, तुमचा प्रश्न विचारा सर. वैजनाथ सर. हाँ सर, विचारा. You are audible now. Please raise your question, sir.
Madam.
Please unmute yourself.
How can we differentiate book review from the literary review? Hello. Hello.
हाँ सर, बोला ना सर. हाँ सर, बोला ना.
How can we differentiate a book review from literary review?
Okay. Okay. Kumar sir.
See, first of all, it's not a literary review. Literary review will be a totally different term. It's a literature review. And a book review is basically a review of a single item, basically trying to introduce that book. Whereas a literature review is actually review of a couple of research articles. A literature review is primarily a review of research-based articles. It doesn't cover the articles from entertainment magazines as such. So the major difference is how many items covered. In case of a book review, it's a single items detailed description with reference to the scope and coverage of that particular book and the writer and the other characteristics of the book, including the physical features. Whereas when it comes to the literature review, it is basically a synthesis of research writings, which includes articles and thesis. And secondly, as I said, it's a synthesis of multiple items. So that's the major difference.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, actually, actually not it is query, but it is an assurance given by Mr. Praveen that आजपासून दररोज एक आर्टिकल पर्पजफुली, केअरफुली आणि क्रिटिकली वाचन करणार आणि नोट्स लिहिणार.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is.
You will be able to write very good review articles. लक्षात ठेवा, सगळ्यात जास्त सायटेशन ही रिव्ह्यू आर्टिकलला मिळतात. म्हणजे माझं जे आता जे आर्टिकल ज्याला टॉपमोस्ट सायटेशन्स आहेत ते रिव्ह्यू बेस्ड आर्टिकल आहे. असं आहे की रिव्ह्यू बेस्ड आर्टिकल मध्ये तुम्ही अनेक लिटरेचरचं एकत्रीकरण करत असता आणि त्याच्यामुळे हा इंटरनॅशनल ट्रेंड आहे रिव्ह्यू आर्टिकलला जास्त सायटेशन मिळतात. म्हणून तुम्ही जर हा जो आता तुम्ही एक निश्चय केलेला आहे, आय रिअली congratulate the researchers. You will be a fantastic review writers and you will be able to write so many review based articles. Actually, writing literature review articles or articles of a literature review category is a separate research. तुम्हाला सांगतो तो स्वतंत्र रिसर्च म्हणून काउंट होतो. म्हणून आवर्जून व्हेरी गुड, फॅन्टास्टिक.
Thank you, thank you.
Next
Sir,
one
one
is-
question is from Chetan Sonawne, I think so. Can we use theoretical papers for literature review, sir?
Absolutely, you can use. If they are theoretical research-based papers, you can, because that's how you will be able to find theories and all that. So you are most welcome. You can.
Okay, okay. I think.
Next one is
Hello?
Jankhana. Madam,
Sir, एक मिनिट sir. कुलकर्णी sir, हाँ बोला sir.
There is one question from Madhuri Kumari. Just read
Okay,
it.
बोला sir. माधुरी कुमारी ना?
Yeah. She has typed in chat box.
Okay, could we include non-scholarly literature for literature review, sir?
It's not expected. Not expected.
Okay. And one more is how I think so. Name is not there. How to prepare our content of the review paper first. Richa. Name of the person is Richa.
That is what I said. You start with the introduction, followed by the themes should come one after the another. Each of the theme that has emerged after your careful, critical, purposeful reading. So the themes will follow from your reading actually. It should come from there.
Okay. हंबर्डे सर अजून काही क्वेश्चन आहेत का? रेज हँड कोणाचे आणखीन?
just yeah. Next one Jankhana.
ओके, अनम्यूट
Hello?
करा त्यांना.
Unmute केलेलं आहे. Jankhana. Hello.
Hello.
हा विचारा
Yes.
मॅडम,
Yes,
विचारा.
madam.
Okay. Is there any software to write a literature review?
I didn't find anyone. I believe that writing literature review is a purely intellectual exercise, and I don't think even if there will be some software, it will not be able to create the quality review that a human being is able to prepare. So neither I am aware, nor I wish that a researcher should use it, because if we really start depending for everything on the software, probably as per the Darwin's theory, our brain will start disappearing. So please don't use it.
Okay. Not advisable.
Not at all.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your query. Sir, next query is if one paper is covering 2 themes, can we use it as a twice?
You can use it. You can use it. Maybe the same paper appearing in your review in 10 different themes. Quite possible. You can.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Hambarde sir, please unmute Sonal Singh.
next-
She wants to ask question.
Yes.
Sonal Singh, please unmute her.
First, I will welcome her. She is from Ujjain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Madam, please. Sonal Singh, madam.
Hello, madam. Are you there? Sonal, madam, are you there? Hello. Yes. Unmute नाही झाले ते आहेत, madam. Welcome.
Yes.
Please raise your question, ma'am.
Hello, are you able to listen me?
Yes.
Yes. Welcome, madam.
Sir, I just want to ask that I have seen many literature review. They are separately presented for international and national contribution, and sometimes it is on the basis of keywords in the research topic, and sometimes it is on the chronological basis. So, what is the best way to present the review of literature?
The best way to present the review of literature is to be thematic, based on keywords.
Okay.
Unless, of course, your purpose, your type of topic of research is itself, for example, evolution of information seeking behavior as a topic.
Yes.
If topic itself is of an historical nature where you are test the history and the chronology, you may go far. 99% cases it is not the case, and that is why neither the literature review should be in alphabetical order nor it should be in the chronological order. The fantastic way is it has to be thematic.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next
Thank
one
you.
is Madam Akanksha Vaidya.
Okay, unmute kara.
Hello.
Akanksha Vaidya, please raise your question.
Hello.
Yes.
Madam.
Yes, madam.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, I would like to ask one question. That if you want to prepare literature review of one newly added subject, which is not having very much articles published on it, then how can we make that? Hello.
By and large, the students believe that the research scholar, when they start thinking about a topic, they believe it's an absolutely new one. So where do I find a literature on that? It is possible. But what we have to do is that you may not be able to find the literature review. What usually do, we copy paste the complete title of your research there, and we try to find the literature on that. Say for example, rural libraries in rural Nasik, something like that. No, you won't find anything of that nature because that is not been recorded there. But if you broaden the scope, whatever new, it is absolutely new topic. What, for example, maybe the COVID-19 and libraries, if you try to look into that. Now, you may not find COVID-19 and libraries literature because it is still emerging. But is it possible actually pandemic and libraries, epidemics and libraries? You will find it actually. So what you have to do is that there you have to take help of your knowledge of vocabulary control, the broader terms, the related terms. Find out those terms, use those for searching the literature, and I'm so sure you will be finding literature on that topic. 100% you will find it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, the next assurance, it is not question, it is an assurance like earlier. Learning of this session will be useful to reframe my own study literature review. It is by Gitanjali. Learning of this session will be useful to reframe my own study literature review.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Sir, we have two more questions. Can we, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, Deshmukh, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
मॅडम,
Yes, sir.
मला प्रश्न नाही विचारायचा, पण सरांनी जे रिव्ह्यू ऑफ लिटरेचरवर जे घेतलं लेक्चर त्यामध्ये, हॅलो.
हा बोला सर, ऐकते.
हॅलो.
हा बोला सर, ऐकायला येते.
तर चॅट बॉक्स सरांनी जी महत्वाची माहिती सांगितली मॅडम त्यामध्ये, की रिव्ह्यू घेताना ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह प्लस सब्जेक्ट, हायपोथेसिस, मेथोडॉलॉजी अँड फाइंडिंग अँड सजेशन ची अतिशय चांगल्या प्रकारे माहिती सांगितली. आणि त्या आपलं सरांचं लेक्चर चालू असताना चॅटबॉक्स मध्ये सर्व पार्टिसिपेटर्स असं मत येत होतं की अतिशय चांगल्या प्रकारे सरांनी हा रिव्ह्यू घेतला. कारण आम्ही असं समजत होतो की फक्त ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह प्रमाणे घ्यायचा. सरांनी तर सगळं सारच सांगितलं की ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह प्लस सब्जेक्ट, हायपोथेसिस, मेथोडॉलॉजी अँड फाइंडिंग अँड सजेशन हे अतिशय चांगल्या प्रकारे आवडलेलं सरांचं या लेक्चरमध्ये.
थँक्यू सर. थँक्यू फॉर युअर कमेंट सर. थँक्यू. I request Hamberde sir. Hamberde sir. Sir, एक मिनिट सर.
साहेबराव अन्नापुरे.
हा सर, घेऊयात आपण साहेबराव सरांचं घेऊयात. त्याच्या अगोदर सर कुलकर्णी सरांना अनम्यूट करा सर. त्यांच्या इकडे कुलकर्णी सरांना अनम्यूट करा. आणि ओके ठीक आहे सर. ओके. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम साहेबराव अन्नपुरे. प्लीज गो अहेड सर.
ओके, नमस्कार सर्वांना.
नमस्कार.
खरं तर सरांनी जे काही नॉलेज आज एक्सप्रेस केलेलं आहे त्यातून असा प्रश्नच राहिला नाही की काय विचारावा. पण थोडासा एक सर बोलून गेले की रिव्ह्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर मध्ये पूर्वीच्या की समजा क्वेश्चनरी बेसवर रिसर्च झालेला असेल तर नंतर ऑब्झर्वेशन किंवा इंटरव्ह्यू मेथडनं ते कसं करता येईल, तर या अनुषंगाने थोडं मला काही लक्षात आलं नाही, त्यावर थोडं सरांनी एक्सप्लेन केलं तर बरं होईल असं मला वाटतं.
एवढंच मला सांगायचं होतं की जेव्हा तुम्ही एकाच टॉपिक वरचे रिसर्च असतात तेव्हा त्याचे फाइंडिंग्स बदलू शकतात जर तुमची मेथडॉलॉजी बदलली तर, आणि ती त्याची नोंद तुमच्या रिसर्चच्या रिव्ह्यू मध्ये यायला पाहिजे. म्हणजे टॉपिक एकच आहे पण फाइंडिंग्स वेगळी आहेत. मग असं का झालं तर त्याचं कारण कुठे आहे हे तुमच्या ह्याच्यात यायला पाहिजे की ए रिसर्चचं फाइंडिंग पण हे सांगतंय की त्याला इंटरनेटची सुविधा उपलब्ध नाही आणि म्हणून ते कमी वापरतात, पण दुसऱ्या ह्याच्यात सांगितलंय की त्याला ती उपलब्ध आहे पण वापरता येत नाही. मग हा फरक का पडला तर कदाचित त्यांनी पहिल्यानी वेगळी मेथडॉलॉजी वापरली, नुसती टिकमार्क करायची होती, दुसऱ्या ह्याच्यात तो स्वतःच बघायला गेला, ऑब्झर्व करायला गेला. तर हे जे काही डिफरन्सेस आहेत मेथडॉलॉजीमुळे तुमच्या संशोधनाच्या फाइंडिंग मध्ये जे फरक येतातच, तर ते तुम्हाला शोधून मांडता यायला पाहिजे असा तो मुद्दा.
ओके, थँक्यू.
ओके, थँक्यू. नेक्स्ट कोण आहे सर?
त्यांना वेळ आहे का पहा.
ओके सर.
सर वेळ आहे ना. चेतन सोनवणेंचा प्रश्न आहे, सब्जेक्ट टू, सरांना वेळ असेल तर. सर वेळ आहे ना?
हो हो.
हा, राईट राईट, चालेल. चेतन सोनवणे प्लीज.
हॅलो सोनावणे सर. हॅलो.
ठीक आहे, त्यांच्या चॅट बॉक्स मधला प्रश्न घ्या.
ओके सर. Chetan Sonawne. Okay. Sir, the question is how to divide topics into subtopics.
Simple, I tell you. If you are reviewing the literature, if you are doing research use of e-books by college students, if this is the topic, obviously, for example, this is the topic is use of e-books. Now you divide it. First one, attitude of college students toward e-books. One theme, one subtopic. Number two, difficulties faced by college students in using e-books. Number two. Number three, the availability of e-books in the college. This will be the third one. Look at it. One broad topic, use of e-books. I divided it into three. So it's possible once you go into the research of it, you will find it. असे खूप असतील, म्हणजे जसा हा काही भाग झाला ॲटिट्यूडचा, जसं कदाचित करिक्युलम असं पण असू शकतो, कशा प्रकारचा करिक्युलम आहे असे तुम्हाला सापडतात टॉपिक त्याच्यामध्ये, सब टॉपिक्स. राईट जगदीश?
Yes sir.
Okay sir. बोला सर.
Yes sir, thank you. It was very informative, and the students were asking for this literature review as well as for your lecture. So thank you for being with us and giving us enlighten us with your topic on literature review. I thank all the participants, especially I will name few as they are from other state as well as from our state also, like Sonal Singh madam is there, then Prashant Kalloli is also important participant as he is doing so many things right now. Rajni Mesram was with us, Madhuri Kumari was with us, Dr. Rajesh Kale from our library was with us, Praveen Adaskar, Dr. Sugriv Shirsagar, Chetan Sonawne, Mrs. Tejashwari from Bangalore, Jain University Bangalore was with us. Then Puran Yadgiri, Gajanan Khiste, information scientist from Aurangabad, and so many people were there in the audience. I thank you each and everyone, though I could not name name of every person. So I am thankful to all. Formally, I request Durga madam to place vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to express my gratitude on behalf of our Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University Alliance Forum towards our today's chief guest and our resource persons and all. First of all, I would like to thank our today's chief guest, Honorable Dr. Debendra Nath Mishra, Pro Vice Chancellor, Punyashlok Ahilya Devi Holkar, Solapur University, Solapur. I want to say some lines towards to show my gratitude towards him. बोलके करण्यासाठी हवे असे संभाषण, आधारासाठी हवे असे आश्वासन, योग्य दिशा मिळण्यासाठी आवश्यक आहे सर तुमचे मार्गदर्शन. थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू सो मच. यू केम हिअर. यानंतर मी आभार मानू इच्छिते आपल्या वेबिनारचे जे रिसोर्स पर्सन आहेत डॉक्टर राजेंद्र कुंभार सर, HOD ऑफ LIS डिपार्टमेंट SSPU पुणे. त्यांच्या संदर्भात मी अशा 4 ओळी बोलू इच्छिते. जयांच्या प्रतिभेपुढे अधुरे नभीचे चंद्र सूर्य तारे, गुरूंचे सानिध्य क्षणभराचे, ज्ञानामृत जणू शिंपणारे. असे हे आपल्याला लाभलेले आजचे प्रमुख वक्ते रिसोर्स पर्सन यांचे मी या ठिकाणी आभार मानते. I also thank those our participants who present here from various states and various universities. Thank you so much. I also like to thank our guides who guided us and give us valuable time towards this webinar and boost our morale. Thank you, our guide. Thank you, sir. Also, I would like to thank our participants who present here. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll stop. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.